Wow. Hey, JJ. Oh my gosh. I was just looking at your report. Wow, that looks awesome. I can tell you spent so much time on that.
Well, thanks. Um, well, how you doing this morning?
Oh, awesome. I have had such a productive morning. It's unbelievable.
Really? Do you realize your camera is on?
So Melissa, my daily routine in our remote work environment is I get up, I go to the kitchen and make coffee, and I walk downstairs to the basement to my office in my jammy pants. And then I start hopping on Zoom calls, and halfway through the day I realize I should probably not be the CEO of this company in my jammy pants.
And my personal goal is to get over laughing every time you give me that visual. That is my personal goal. We'll see how I do. But I think, right, like being these remote workers right now, it's like I think one of the key things that we would want to talk about today is what I always call personal brand. And what I mean by that is your authentic self. How people see you, how people know you is what your personal brand is. How you talk, how you dress, how you show up, how you have conversations with people.
Yep.
All of those things are actually the energy that you're promoting, or being, maybe promoting is not the word, but the energy that you are is your personal brand.
Yep.
And I think when you're on Zoom or when you're on any of those remote sites that you're, that you have to have such an awareness that it is an extension of that.
Yeah, like in my example, I felt like I probably just started getting a little lazy, right? Like the first couple of weeks, I think I did actually shower. But then I just kind of got lazy.
Yeah.
And I wasn't really being very mindful that like, yep, I am still at my job. I'm still acting like a professional.
Yeah.
And like, I still, I would never show up to the office in that way. So
Yeah.
why would I show up in my
Yeah.
remote work environment that way?
Yeah, and
right?
I actually think so much of it is your energy, the energy that you're emitting, like where your eyes are going on the screen, where your head is. Are you looking down? Are you, all of those things really matter. So to really put forth your best effort in leaning a little forwards, being engaged, even though it's really hard. Like now,
really hard.
I think people are becoming more tired from it. At the beginning, it was novel and it was hard. But now we've sort of settled into this, oh man, this is old.
Yeah. We had a podcast episode where we talked about wearing a uniform and how actually getting into whatever your work attire is kind of an important part of transitioning between your professional vocation and maybe your home life.
Yes.
So
yeah, definitely.
And definitely I hear what you're saying with the Zoom fatigue, right?
Yeah.
It's like last week I was on a Zoom call for 7 hours. 7 hours. That's crazy.
Yes.
We had to do strategic planning. We had to do it remotely. It was tough, right? Mm-hmm. But understanding that, even though we've got this fatigue, even though we're getting tired, you can't not care. You can't give up, right?
Right. Because a lot of people do get to that.
Screw it, I'm just not going to do anything. And
yes,
whatever.
people do. I think that's also happening is people are, when they're just tired, they just are like, I don't even care. You're right, I don't care. I'm not going to brush my teeth, or I'm just going to throw my hair back in a ponytail, or that. But that's true. And that actually is emitting a totally different message. So I think really what we're talking about is the message and the energy that we are coming forth in. We're not even talking about what we're doing.
Yep. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. The other thing I find myself doing is sometimes I've just got way too much happening all at the same time.
Yes.
Right?
Yes,
Like I'm on a
yes.
Zoom call, I'm trying to eat breakfast, and I'm brushing my teeth, and I'm trying to get the kids set for their day.
Yes.
Obviously, not a real great way to start a work day.
I do a lot of coaching with executives, and last week I was on with a CEO, and I could hear all this clanging and paper shuffling and ruffling, and I finally said, hey, are you eating a Twinkie? Like, what are you doing? And he goes, busted. He said, I'm trying to do too much.
Yeah.
And I said, it sounds like you're rustling right in my ear. And now I had the kind of relationship with him where I could call him out and say something about it right away. But for a lot of people, they're not going to say anything to you. They're going to hear you, and they're going to know what you're doing. And actually, they're going to feel like it's something they're doing to you that makes you not care enough to stay focused.
And even a simple thing, like I found myself eating lunch at my desk
Yeah.
at my house a lot more
Yeah.
than I did at the office. Like at the office, I'd actually take a break. Some
Right.
of us would sometimes go out.
Right.
We'd go walk the Skyway to go get something to eat.
Yeah.
But at home, I'm just like, up to the kitchen, grab something, eat it at my desk. And
Yeah.
it just doesn't make me feel very good.
No, and
You
it
know?
makes the other people feel like it's just not as important to you. Like
Yeah.
what they're doing or a
Yep.
part of with you isn't as important.
Yep.
And that may not be true at all. But again, it's the perception that you're kicking out.
Yep. So what's the recap on
Yeah.
this one?
Perfect recap. So first of all, just what is your own personal brand? What's your personal brand when you're in your office? And how do you need to recreate your activities and your energy at home behind the screen to continue with your personal brand? And the second one is, even though you don't care sometimes, you still got to do it.
So I got it.
You still got to do it. And keep multitasking to an all-time minimum, even though it is incredibly easy not to.
Yep. The fact is, you're bad at multitasking. I don't care
There's
what
no
you
such
think.
thing.
You're bad at multitasking.
There's
You
no
can't
such
do it.
thing.